Hello, good day to all, and to you, Dr. Jennifer V. Enriquez. Good day to you, ma'am. Today, Group 4 will be discussing the topic creative, inclusive, and engaging environments for creativity. But before that, let me introduce to you the reporter for today's lesson. The first reporter will be Carousel P. Calatrava, yours truly. I will be discussing the key elements of creative inclusivity. The second reporter will be Mrs. Rachel S. Cutana, and she will present the multiple intelligences and several inclusive practices and classroom management techniques. The last reporter will be Miss Maria Soledad Aitomakin, and she will explain the key strategies for inclusive and engaging environments and some examples of inclusive creative activities. As we research this lesson, we try to search using the provided reference, but unfortunately, it is not free to access. You have to pay to access the book. However, we still managed to get some details from other resources. And let me give you a brief description of the book. The authors of the book Design for Living and in Learning, Transforming Early Childhood Environments are Margie Carter and Deb Cortez. This book emphasizes creating inclusive and engaging settings that foster creativity in young learners. The authors advocate for thoughtfully designed spaces that cater to diverse needs, promoting exploration and imaginative play. Now let's proceed to the main topic of this report. Again, our topic is creative, inclusive, and engaging environments for creativity. What is creative inclusivity? Is an approach that ensures all individuals, regardless of ability or background, have equal opportunities to express themselves creatively and participate in diverse, meaningful activities. It means creating a space where everyone feels valued, respected, and empowered to participate in creative processes regardless of their background, abilities, or perspective, fostering a diverse and innovative environment. What does engaging for creativity mean? Engaging for creativity means creating an environment or activity that captures interest and motivates individual to think, explore, and express their creative ideas. It means using activities, strategies, or environments that stimulate and foster imaginative thinking, problem solving, and creation of new ideas or works. Here are the key elements of creative inclusivity. The first one is encouraging diverse forms of creativity. Creativity isn't limited to traditional art or music. It can include problem solving, imagination, storytelling, movement, and many other forms of expression. In an inclusive setting, children with different abilities and backgrounds are encouraged to use their unique talents and ideas to express themselves in diverse ways. Every child has its strengths and weaknesses, and a child might be different from others. From that, we should always provide activities that encourage them to develop their own talents and abilities. For example, children who may struggle with verbal expression could engage in creative tasks through drawing, building, or using physical movement. The second key element is adopting activities and materials. In an inclusive environment, activities and materials are designed to be flexible, accessible, and adaptable to meet the needs of all children. This could include providing a variety of sensory experiences, using assistive technologies, and modifying tasks to ensure every child, including those with disabilities, can participate and engage creativity. To adapt activities and materials for young children with disabilities, we can modify The activity, we can use bigger visual aids or reduce the playing area. We can modify equipment by using lighter equipment and use textured surface materials to make it easier for them to distinguish. And we can even modify rules such as slowing moving object or throwing styles in activities that need bigger movements. For example, a child with limited mobility might participate in art using tool design for easy grouping, or a child with visual impairment might use tactile materials to create art. The third key element is fostering a sense of belonging. Creative inclusivity goes beyond just providing access. It also ensures that every child feels valued and included. This achieved by celebrating the diversity of experiences, cultures, and a perspective that each child brings to the environment. Teachers and educators play a critical role in promoting inclusion by encouraging collaboration, respecting individual differences, and recognizing the unique contribution each child makes. As a teacher, you can create interactive group activities that encourage collaboration with others, practice in recognizing or acknowledging their contribution for them to know and feel that they are essential to the group, create an environment where children feel comfortable sharing their thoughts, ideas, and concerns. The fourth key element is collaborative creativity. One key aspect of creative inclusivity is the promotion of collaboration among children. By working together on creative projects, children learn to appreciate diverse perspectives and approaches while developing social and communication skills. Collaborative creativity in learning involves children working together to generate new ideas and solutions. It is also known as collective or group creativity. For example, a group of children might collaboratively build a structure with blocks, with each child contributing their ideas and working through challenges together. This not only enhances their creativity but also foster inclusivity. The fifth key element is providing multiple pathways for engagement. Creative inclusivity ensures that children can engage with activities in ways that resonate with them personally. This might include offering choices in materials or modes of expressions, such as drawing, writing, dance, or dramatic play. The goal is to allow every child to find a way to participate that works best for them, whether due to developmental stages, sensory preferences, or cultural influences. Providing multiple pathways for engagement means offering diverse and flexible opportunities for learners to participate and connect with learning. Why is it important to provide multiple pathways for engagement? It can increase motivation and interest. When learners have choices and can learn in ways to resonate with them, they are more likely to be motivated and engaged. It can also enhance learning. Engaged learners are more likely to learn deeply and retain information effectively. Third, equity and inclusion. Provide multiple pathways ensures that all learners, regardless of their background or learning style, have the opportunity to succeed. Last, differentiated instruction, multiple pathways allow for differentiated instruction, meaning you can tailor learning experiences to meet the unique needs of individual learners. The last key element is supporting all learning styles. Every child learns differently. A creative, inclusive environment recognizes that children have different learning styles. Some may be more visual, other more auditory or kinesthetic. By offering creative experiences that appeals to a variety of learning styles, educators can ensure that all children have the opportunity to thrive. For further understanding, Ma'am Rachel S. Gutana will give more explanation about multiple intelligences.
All right, so thank you so much, teacher Carizel. So this time I'm going to discuss the multiples intelligences by Howard Gardner. So now we all know teachers that everyone is smart in different ways. Some people are great at music. Some love to build things and some are amazing at making friends. So let's explore how we are all smart today. And now let's have the multiple intelligences based activities for preschooler. So number one is visual spatial. So the ability to think in pictures and understand how objects fit together in space. Okay, so the activity, teacher give student cut out shapes, circle, square, triangles, and let them create a picture. And teacher also you are going to ask a question like this: What did you make? Can you fit the shapes together to make a house? Right? So now let's have the linguistic verbal. So the ability to use word effectively for reading, writing, and speaking. Okay, so the activity for this is story time fun. So you are going to show student a picture and ask them to tell a short story about that. Then after that, teacher are going to ask follow-up questions. What happens next in your story? Right? So now let's have the intrapersonal smart or self smart. Okay, so meaning to say, the ability to understand and reflect on one's own feelings and thoughts. Okay, so let's have the activity. So, for example, the feeling faces. So, teachers show different emojis faces and ask students to pick one that matches how they feel. And during that time, so teacher are going to ask question, how are you feeling today and why? Alright. Now, this time, let's have the number four, which is the interpersonal. So, the ability to understand and interact well with others. Okay. So, now, let's have this activity. So, now for this activity, the teacher allow the student friendship high five. So student take turns saying kind things to each other before giving a high five. So the teacher also we're going to ask a follow-up questions. What is something nice you can say to a friend? Right? Now let's have number five, the naturalistic. Okay, so when we say naturalistic, the ability to recognize and understand patterns in nature and the environment. Alright, so the activity for this one is a little nature explorers. Okay, the students are going outside during their campaign to find different leaves, rocks, or flowers. And the teacher also are going to have a questions. What colors do you see? What do these leaves feel like? Okay, right? Now let's have the number six, which is body kinesthetic smart, or it is called movement smart. All right. So when we say this body kinesthetic, so the ability to control and use one's body movement skillfully. So now let's have this activity. Just like animal moves game. Or you call out animals and student move like them. Or you are going to dance the song related to the animal. Okay, like a frog, crawl like a bear. Okay, then after that, the teacher we're going to ask a question just like this. Can you jump as high as a rabbit? Okay, that one. All right, now let's have the logical mathematical. So when we say logical mathematical, that is a number smart, right? So now this ability is to think logically and solve problems with patterns. Okay, so the activity for this one is give student color blocks and ask them to continue a simple pattern. Okay, and the questions for this is you are going to ask a question: what comes next? There is a read, blue. Then now what will be the next? Right? Now let's have the last one, the musical smart, or it is called a music smart. So this ability to recognize, create, and appreciate different sounds and rhythms. Okay, so the activity for this one is give students small instrument or let them clap and play a song for them to follow along. Right now, the teacher we're going to ask a follow-up questions. Can you tap to the beat of the music? Okay. So now let's have the to cultivate such environments, educators can implement several inclusive practices and classroom management techniques. All right. So number one is universal design for learning. So for this example, a teacher read a story aloud while showing pictures, providing audio narration, and using hand gestures. So all children, including those with hearing or vision challenges, can engage, right? Now, let's have the learning centers. So this time, I will not going to read this meaning because you can see this on the screen. Now I'm going to give an example. Okay, for example, a science center with magnifying glasses, leaves, and small insects allow children to explore nature through touch, observation, and discussion. All right, now this time let's have the number three, which is participatory design. So this time, again, I will not read the meaning because you can see on the screen. All right. Now, this time I'm going to give an example. So, for example, for this is children help design a classroom game by choosing characters, colors, and simple roles, making them more excited to play and learn. Okay? Now, let's have the number five, which is a number four. I'm very sorry. Number four, which is community building. Okay. So now, for example, the teacher starts each day with a morning circle where children greet each other, sing a welcome song, and share their feelings to build a sense of belonging. Right? All right. Now let's have the last part, which is inclusive pedagogies example. Okay. A teacher uses a picture, schedules, and sensory friendly seating so all children, including those with disabilities, can follow the routines comfortably, right? So now let's move on to the inclusive practices, classroom management techniques. All right. So when we say for this word, a teacher provides multiple ways for children to express themselves, such as speaking, drawing, or using hand gesture, ensuring all students can participate in storytelling activities. Now, that is for inclusive practices. Now let's have the classroom management techniques. So I will not going to read this one because you can see on the screen. Now a visual schedule with pictures and colors help children understand daily routines, reducing anxiety and improving transition between activities. All right. So now that's all for today, and thank you so much. Okay, and this time I will give you to the next reporter.
So, in continuation of our report, I will be discussing the case strategies for inclusive and engaging environments. First is flexible spaces with open ended materials. Designing adaptable environments with materials can be used in various ways, encourages exploration and creativity. Such flexibility allows children to express themselves uniquely and engage deeply with their surroundings. The development of adaptable spaces that incorporate versatile materials significantly enhances opportunities for exploration and nurtures creativity among children. Such flexibility allows for a dynamic interaction with the environment, enabling children to express their unique identities and engage in meaningful ways with the world around them. By providing open ended materials, these environments encourage imaginative play and critical thinking as children can manipulate and transform their surroundings according to their interests and ideas. This approach not only supports individual expression but also fosters collaboration and social interaction. As children share materials and ideas, further enriching their learning experiences. So, as you can see in the attached picture sample in the uh, right side, so makita nato na ang child is napalibutan siya og kanang open-ended materials or a lot of any available materials or toys. So, through their imaginative play and critical thinking. So, ilahan ng gamiton, either ang ilaha barong interest or kanang gusto gamitan ana nga toys is they will build a home or balay-balay or do a tinda-tinda. So, that will helps the imaginative or interest sa child na mas more nga ma-develop ang iyang curiosity o ang iyang pagka creativity ang nga iyang gigamit na ang available materials just to support their kanang interest na ilahang gibuhat like even though in just a simple play. So, mas maayo jud siya no nga we will provide open-ended materials para ma-divert sad ang attention sa bata sa digital world. So, most of the kanang preschoolers nowadays kay more on grabe na gid sila ka use na gani lala na sa paggamit sa gadget. So, it is better to introduce them, provide them open-ended materials so they can play and develop their imagination and creativity or interest by like sa para magamit nila sa or ma-enjoy nila ang ilahang pagiging bata. So, mas maayo sad kaysa kanang more on makakita ra sila negative through social media or like mag-TikTok lang na they can see na nga kanang dili na gani maayo pod na makit-an sa mga bata. So, it is both kanang good man sad and bad ang advantage na gihatag sa social media. So they sometimes they will learn through like nursery rhymes, but it is better jud na they will engage open-ended material so they can play like normal jud na buhaton as a bata nga they can develop interest, ideas, creativity. So the next strategies is natural elements to engage the senses. So incorporating natural materials and outdoor experiences stimulates children's senses and fosters a connection with the environment, enhancing their creative thinking and problem-solving skills. So the incorporation of natural materials and outdoor experiences plays a crucial role in enhancing children's sensory perceptions. Engaging with the natural world not only foster a deeper connection between children and their environment, but also serves to enrich their cognitive development. This interaction with nature can significantly improve their creative thinking and problem solving skills as it encourages exploration, curiosity, and imaginative play. By immersing themselves in diverse sensory experiences, children learn to observe, interpret, and respond to their surroundings in innovative ways, ultimately contributing to their overall growth and development. So as you can see in the attached sample here in our slides, so makita nato na ang bata is nagplay siya outside. So aside sa classroom setting, it is better as well that children will engage or kanang um, maka-engage pa sila into natural things around them. So the learning will not only takes place around the four walls in the inside the classroom but also outside of the classroom. So they will be more curious when they get outside. So if they can see trees, makaa sila nga ng teacher, why does the trees like kanang matagtag man ang brown nga leaves? So, you need, maka-learn sila kay we teacher will explain them what will happen to the leaves, like ma-fall siya kung malaya na siya. So, the more nga kanang ma-curious sila outside sad sa classroom, like sa nature, kay the more ma-develop ang ilahang curiosity and knowledge sad. So mapunan ilang knowledge. So aside sa book lang nga discussion or any kanang materials na makita sa inside sa classroom, but outside sa classroom, like makita nila ang beach. So that's why other school said is nag-add sila sa ilahang kanang school ang kanang field trip. So included sa ilahang curriculum. But I'm not sure if some of the schools right now is nag ano pa ba sila og field trip. But field trip will give a lot of knowledge to children because they will experience like the real things sad sa nature. So like for example, maadto baron og museum. So ma-engage sila or ma-explain nato nga mapakita na jud siya kanang real kanang materials na maka-explain ta sila what will happen, what is this and what is that, and then for example maadto ba og farm include sa field trip. So they will, this is the real kanang animal, or this is the cow, or this is the elephant. So through this natural elements na engage ilang senses, ma discover nila ang unsay kanang real nature sa ato ang palibot. So the third one is provoking wonder and curiosity. So setting up environments that inspire wonder encourages children to ask questions and explore, which are foundational to creative learning. Creating environments that inspire a sense of wonder is such crucial for stimulating children's curiosity and engaging exploration. These elements are fundamental in nurturing creative learning. When children are surrounded by stimulating and engaging settings, they are more likely to ask questions, seek out new experience, and engage in imaginative play. This exploration not only enhances their understanding of the world around them, but also cultivates critical thinking and problem solving skills. Ultimately, such environments serve as a foundation for lifelong learning and creativity, allowing children to develop passion for discovery and innovation. So, for this one is naa siya kanang sample here nga picture. So, a group of these children kanang nagdala sila og microscope of it's not a it's magnificent glass something katong mo large gani. So, parts na siya nga activity para they will be more curious. Or another one is kanang simple experimentation. So I've been a preschool teacher for 1 year in 2019. So I have tried or I have engaged this to my student na simple experimentation regarding sa liso nganong moturok siya. So I let them bring like so one glass of soil kanang disposable sad na glass and then any kind of liso or seed. So we experimented that seed until niturok siya. So like preschool di man jud na siya ka-explain no. So ang mabuhat ana is kanang ilarang i-drawing unsay development sa liso day by day. So amo siyang part sa activity nga they was curious about that simple experimentation mura siya na curious what will happen next once matanom the liso, so they will grow into seedlings and then until mo tubo siya until mo dako mahimo siyang tree. So nice ni siya na ano no activity, so it is better jud na um ma-engage sila like even those simple experimentation from the start bisan og young pa sila para ma-creative ilahang ma-cultivate ilang critical thinking o problem solving skills, 'di ba mag-wonder sila unsaan ka pagtubo sa ano no. So mo we have steps to do like dapat ato diyang bubuan ang seed para kanang mo germinate siya and then para mo tubo mo turok ato siyang painitan sa outside sa sunlight para na siya'y vitamin sa sun. So kato, so actually once makita nila ang results sa ilang ginabuhat, so they will be kanang proud of themselves and then makashare sila sa ilang parents. So out of that activity, murag na kuan gani lang interest na gusto pa kong mo-discover or mo-discover og another activity kay exciting day siya. So nice siya nga kuan. So this is part of provoking wonder and curiosity. So the next one is embracing cultural and individual diversity. Recognizing and valuing each child's background and abilities ensures that all children feel respected and included, creating a supportive atmosphere for creativity. So, recognizing and valuing the distinct backgrounds, experiences, and abilities of each child is essential in creating an environment where every child feels respected and included. This acknowledgement not only enhances the sense of belonging among children but also promotes a supportive atmosphere that encourages creativity and innovation. By fostering such an inclusive space, we enable children to express themselves freely, share their unique perspectives, and collaborate with one another, ultimately enriching the learning experience for all. So, from this, so embracing cultural from the word embracing cultural and individual diversity. So there are times na kanang there are different ethnics or groups or cultures or races na kanang ma-enroll sa imong school or part of your class. Like me, na ako'y kanang student na kanang gikan to siya sa Manila and then i-transfer siya sa katong school na akong gi-teachan. So she can only speak at um, Tagalog. So, mura siyag ma-intimidate motagad sa iyang classmates nga Bisaya. And then my student as well is maglisod siya og connected sa ilaha. But I explained to them na even though that student will not understand Bisaya, they will speak to her into English para they can socialize each other. So, I don't kanang kuan man gud into bullying. So, some other kanang students nga tried to like bully kay dili ka balo mo speak og Bisaya or kanang nagtagalog-tagalog like inana gani. So, for this, recognizing and valuing the distinct backgrounds, experiences, and abilities of child is essential. So, dapat ato diyang i-highlight na mapakita ang pag-embrace sa ato ang student sa any cultural or ng cultures or races sa ato ang student. Para na sad ma-avoid ang kanang bullying kay yes, we have experienced that maybe in our kind of younger years. So for this time, so we need to be kanang kita dapat ang model sa atong children ato silang i-guide that we should accept each of the uniqueness of kanang sa isig katawo either mabata man or adult. So last but not the least is the collaborative spaces. So designing areas that promote collaboration among children foster social skills and shared creativity, allowing them to learn from each other and work together in creative projects. The establishment of environments that promote interaction among children significantly enhances their social skills and fosters collective creativity. Such spaces provide opportunities for children to engage with one another, facilitating the exchange of ideas and experiences. This interaction not only allows them to learn from their peers but also encourages teamwork and collaboration on imaginative projects. By working together in these collaborative settings, children develop essential interpersonal skills, build confidence, and cultivate a sense of community, all of which are vital for their overall development and future success. So, mas maayo jud na atong i-practice sad or we should give activity that is kanang mo give og interaction through our student. Mas ato siyang i-encourage not to just do an individual activity para like kung ulawon siya niya individual lang activity so magliso siya og express in doing these things or that thing. So mas maayo nga i-interact jud siya ang ato ang student. So by giving any games or activities that will lead them interact with each other. So like for example like kanang sa preschool is after namong class before when I was a preschool teacher is na jud me playtime so that's 30 minutes so I let them engage to each other so para kanang murag maila-ila gid nila tagsa-tagsa ang ilahang classmates so aside from that they will kanang learn they will build relationship like my friends na and then di man jud malikayan ng mga away-away but ato sad na silang i-guide jud so it is part of our responsibility as their guidance or as their teacher so making them interact with each other or collaborate with each other will help them like mo grow sila into a person na kanang with a sense of community, like build confidence and also interpersonal skills. So, mo na siya ang way nga murag ma-build up nimo ang confidence sa usa ka bata. So from a shy type, mo collaborate siya sa into her classmates. So dili na din siya ulawon. So ma-engage na jud siya sa iyang classmates. So murag ma-develop na iyang self-confidence. So that's it. So for the next slide is our references. Sorry. Okay, so for the here is our references based on our report. So, the link was provided. So, thank you so much for your time and listening to our report. God bless. This is group 4, by the way.